All right, great. Okay. So thank you all for being here. I appreciate it. We've already kind of begun our presentation, so I'm going to continue to jump back in some of the hearing detriments. So as you're talking to people and you're meeting with them while you do a hearing test, these are some of the different things that I bring up. And you can kind of tell, and you guys are so experienced with working with people and working with them on that together as a couple. It's probably somewhat easy to pick up on some of the different things that they might be experiencing, and that or I can't hear you, or one
Yeah.
of the spouse having to repeat everything. You can bring it up in a very general way. Some of the things I've experienced when we are able to provide hearing aids is the couples don't have to ask each other questions anymore, or they don't have to turn up the volume so loud anymore. Or, you kind of come from a positive of the future for them, where either the husband or wife can be like, oh, thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for taking care of that. Because it is frustrating. So that portion is super important to get them back together. If they live alone or if they don't have someone nearby, then a lot of times they just kind of begin to not come to things as much, and their social begins to go away. Comes with that, that's depression. They might have anxiety about going out. And so now we're starting to get people to be shut in a lot more. And then, all kinds of different health detriments begin to happen because they're not exercising, they're not getting outside, they're not involved in society. Ultimately, when people begin to not talk or listen, they're not exercising that portion of their brain. And that portion of their brain will then begin to soften because it's not being utilized. And that is one of the contributing factors to Alzheimer's and dementia. So by doing this, you are a part of the solution. We are expecting a huge tsunami of Alzheimer's and dementia patients coming up in the next few years, more than we already have. And this is an opportunity for us in the general population to help people and to be a part of that. We are also experiencing people living longer. So, of course, that comes other health situations as we age and live longer, but people are experiencing hearing loss at a younger age. Some of the reasons for that, our world is loud. Like, Kathy can't hear me right now. I had landscaping happening and, it's loud. We just always have noise. We're wearing things in our ears. We're constantly on the phone. We're busy. We're not giving our brain the break. So it is important now. Some of the reasons why hearing loss has happened for people, because some people will be very confused as to why they have hearing loss, maybe because they're younger or they feel like they've been good throughout the years. When we get ear infections as children, that leads us to an opportunity to have issues later on in the future. Age, of course, is a problem, and that's a big part of it. When we burn the hairs in our ears, the follicles in our ears off, those follicles, those hairs in there are meant to protect our eardrums. And when they get burned off, and they get burned off for loud music, things in the ears, loudness, stuff like that, or that can burn it off. Flying, people that fly a lot, or especially if they're flying and then going to low altitude, that's a portion to help the ears go bad. So these are all different reasons why it can happen, and people will question you. So I don't know why this happened. If you want to have these conversations with people, those are all things you can say very confidently as to maybe why. You can always come back with, I'm really not quite sure. I'm your insurance agent. I really don't know, but what I'm here to do is help solve it for you. And we can take the test, we can show you what your hearing benefits are, and I can help order hearing aids for you. So, however you guys want to answer it, but I always love to give a little bit of the background, um, so you feel comfortable answering if that's a direction that you want to go. All right, so let's jump into the how. All right, can you guys see my screen with the PowerPoint?
Yep.
Okay, beautiful. So I'm going to go through this. And again, you guys are insurance agents. You're not hearing pros. We don't want you to feel, oh, great. I'm glad, Kathy. Thank you. That we're trying to make you hearing pros. But we want to give you as much of a tool as possible to bring them in. And there, if you want to brainstorm ideas, I like to think outside the box. I'm really good at thinking outside of the box as to how to meet new people, places to go, communities to get involved with. And when I say communities, that's not just senior retirement communities, communities of people. I am extremely happy to just start going through a list of who these people could be. How do we connect with them? I'm happy to line up events. If I know you're willing to work them and to meet the people, just let me know and we can do it. There are different states that have a lot of opportunities. So if you have a license in other states, we can easily do this. You would probably skip a lot of the hearing tests and you're just going to go straight to, you've got $4,000 in hearing benefits. Would you like to use them? I can help you do that. And if that's the case, then you're really just making some phone calls. Pretty easy, quick sales. If you close your own deals, you have to let us know you want to do this, right? There's a special software that we'll have to set you up for in order for you to close your own deals. We would love for you to close your own deals. And that's a matter of you telling them how much they have in benefits. Great. We have 3 different options of hearing aids for you. If you want this level, or this level, great, excellent. You get their information. If they need to pay any out of pocket or if they're doing credit card or monthly payment, we'll show you how to do that. You're just entering information. Bam, 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 bam. You put it on there. You will also make an additional 6%. So in those cases, you'd be making 16%. So just let me know what you're interested in. I like to let you know about all of the opportunities and what all is available. Again, it's completely up to you as to how you want to bring this into your business, because this is a tool into your business. All right, so let's go ahead. We'll kind of go through some of this. Let me know if you have any questions about what I'm skipping on this PowerPoint. I'm just going to kind of go straight to how. These are our current insurance that we have available. We are always trying to add more. Does anyone here do any business with Gold Kidney?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, all right, excellent. So we're working on that right at the moment, bringing that into play. Of course, you've heard that the UHC dual and the Blue Cross Blue Shield dual offer like $3,600 in benefits. We will price match. So if they have that, we're going to make sure that they don't have any out of pocket. Okay. So if they get $3,600 or $4,000 or $6,000 in benefits, those are your ding, ding, dings that are super quick, easy, great. I can get you no out of pocket costs. And those are the ones you're going to want to close because that's super and easy. There's no out of pocket for them. You make 16%. They get their hearing aids. We'll take it from there. You're in and out super fast. So anytime you see like $3,600 or plus or more in benefits, know that that's a done deal and you want to take the whole thing.
What is the average out-of-pocket cost for someone? Let's say that's just on a normal HMO.
So someone through like a Medicare True Hearing Nations hearing situation or someone that's private pay.
Like a true hearing. Like let's say I have a Humana 052 plan. And
Okay. Yeah. And if you look at it, I like to generalize it to about 400 to 1,800. It's a widespread
out of pocket.
out of pocket.
Okay.
Yeah. The 199, when you see that with Devoted, those are cheap, 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 cheap. Please do not order those. So Devoted has 5 plans. They have 199, 299. It says up to $399 and $499 per aid. Only go for those top 3. $399, I'm sorry, I would probably just do $399 and $499. Below that, you're really just offering them over the counter QVC hearing aids. You're not going to be making a difference to their hearing. It's only going to be a bother for them, and they're not
Yeah.
going to wear them. And then, of course, your name isn't as great, our name isn't as great. We want to just forget those. So you do want to try and go for some of the higher ends in all cases. Here's a good way to generalize it. If they are active, they're social, they're young at heart, we don't care their age, they're social. They want to go as high as they possibly can in quality. And that does also, that's price, right?
Okay. Yeah.
So always go as high as you can possibly do it, and come just, talk to them of, hey, you've got, let's just go, let's go Aetna for an example. Aetna, it goes up to it's really not, I've never seen 12,000 per aid. I've seen 1250 per aid for Aetna is the highest I've ever seen. So $2,400. So basically $2,500. Our most expensive hearing aid is $5,000. It's really truly a $7,000 to $8,000 hearing aid. Just so you know, with our prices, we're already discounted because we don't have any brick and mortar. So if they were to go to a local audiologist, it's anywhere between $6,000 and $12,000, typically 6 to 9. They're the exact same hearing aids. So you're talking Resound, Signia, Optica, Phonak. We all have the same hearing aids. We just don't have to pay for brick and mortar, so we don't pay that additional price. We're just really paying commissions on the doctors, you, myself. That's really about it. That's where our expenses go. So when it's when it might be like a $2,500 for out of pocket for them. That's probably the most that someone's going to pay if they're using their insurance. They're going to receive a $6,000, $7,000, $8,000 hearing aid, and their insurance is covering the $2,500. They're paying the $2,500. So in that case, if they're extremely social and active, if they're somewhat social and active, they're fine with our $4,000. If they really don't go anywhere and they're just really going to the dining hall, they're watching TV, they occasionally have some social, the $3,000 is perfect for them. So like with an Aetna plan, then they're looking at $500.
Gotcha.
It really truly is, you receive what you pay for in the hearing aid world. If they go to Costco and they buy the $1,700 to $1,900 Costco hearing aid, that's what they're getting. And keep in mind, Costco's got a lot of things that they're paying for. So they're not getting a $1,500 to $1,900 hearing aid. They're probably getting an $800, $900 hearing aid with the upcharges that pays for all the other things Costco has to pay for. Okay. So I always look at Costco and local audiologists as the same. There's a lot of things they have to pay for in order to get that hearing aid to someone. We don't have that much, which is why this company was formed. We kept costs as low as possible. So that's how when I sell hearing aids, I really just kind of ask them about their lifestyle and then help them determine which one is going to be the best for them. Did that answer your question, Trevor? That was more information than you asked for. But...
No, absolutely.
Okay.
And I think I remember you saying you guys work for clarity, not just amplify, right?
So here, let me just go ahead. I never like having a screen in front of me when there's big conversations. So there's a lot of differences with working with Earlux versus, let's go Costco for an example. Costco is really concerned with making sure that they hear.
Yeah.
So they give them hearing aids, they walk around the store and they're like, oh my gosh, I've never heard sounds like this. This is amazing. And it is, because they haven't heard those sounds for so long.
Yeah.
But when we age, we learn, or we begin to not hear consonants. So people begin to not hear T's, F's, FTs, STs, and they get words wrong. It's really interesting. And I'll have to have Corey record one of the consults that they do for someone that doesn't have good clarity. So a lot of times what the audiologist will do is list like 20 words, and they'll have them raise their hand or repeat back the word that they hear on a consult. And it's mind-boggling when we give out 20 words that someone hears 4 correctly. Or sometimes they don't even hear those words. Obviously, we've picked those words on purpose because of the consonants.
Yeah.
And it's mind-blowing. So over the course of the fittings that the doctors do with them, they're teaching that brain to hear again. They're teaching them to hear from one ear to the other. So in case this ear hears better than this ear, they're helping both ears to hear so they can hear the consonants. They're reteaching them how to hear the words, and that's what they focus on. They also focus on another difference, and this is what's so cool about being able to do telehealth this way, is we can put clients in different lifestyle settings. And so if they have their fitting in their home, they go in the car, they go outside, they go to a noisy restaurant, and whatever their lifestyle is, the audiologist can fit them in those settings. So their hearing aids become smart and just automatically adjust to those settings.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you're at home and your spouse has a TV on loud and there's a landscaper and a dog barking, the hearing aids will be able to not listen to those things. And they just focus on the things that are important and what are in front of them. They go to a noisy restaurant, and Suzanne is a great example of this, by the way. She's already wearing our hearing aids. And
she told me.
yeah, she does because it's the noise in the background confuse things, and sometimes the words can be off, which causes her to have a little bit of an imbalance. So she can just focus on the people that are in front of her, which has made it really easy. If you ever watch someone that looks like they're just drained after being in a social setting or even with an appointment with you, it's because they're focusing so hard on reading your lips, hearing you, making you think that they can hear you. There's so much energy going out to just making sure where when we fit them with the hearing aids, we can take away all of that trauma and just allow them to hear so that they keep more energy. So that's really a big health positive that you want to talk to them about, because a lot of them are drained. They're just drained. So definitely do that. All right. I want to make sure I'm answering your questions. I can get off on a little tangent, but those are.
No, you're fine. Thank you.
Okay, good. Those are some of the big differences of what they'll get by doing telehealth versus being in Costco or in a quiet local audiologist room, because you do have to sell them on the telehealth. They're not sold on that. So the other part of what we do is if they are a part of Nation's Hearing by law, by Nation Hearing's law rule, we have to send someone to their home for the first fitting. So already we're going to take away that concern that they have with being virtual. We're going to bring someone into their home or wherever they want us to go and hold their hand more or less to get through it. After that initial fitting, they don't need us. We won't go unless it's really detrimental that we need to be there. But don't promise that one. We'll make those decisions. But we're going to be there for the first one and connect them to the audiology. We're going to take away all the concerns they have with doing this on their phone.
Yeah.
So please help them to feel comfortable, because that is something that they're going to experience. You're going to see it. They're going to be really nervous, and they may not use us because of that. So we do need your help helping them to feel comfortable with that. But once they do the hearing test, once they purchase, we'll send someone to their home. From there, they're literally just clicking a link from their email or their text message, and that will then connect them to the audiologist. They're using apps on their phone, so they do have to have ability for apps. They have to. All right, we can't do this without that ability. They then just click it. Everything else is already set up. We've already taught them how to use their apps.
So they got to get on the app, click the link, get on the app, and then everything else you guys handle, guide them through it.
Yep.
Cool.
Yep. We've taught them how to do everything. And if we need to teach them again, we'll teach them again.
Yeah.
Our audiologists are very, very patient. They're very kind and patient. This is what they've been doing for 5 years. So they know how to teach people how to do their apps. All right. Going back to the insurance, any questions there that anyone wants to bring up? You've got the price of our hearing aids pretty much on the one side. For some reason, we're not showing you our $5,000 hearing aids, but we've got a $3,000, a $4,000, and a $5,000 hearing aid. And over here, we've got the insurance and pretty much your typical cost out of pocket. An average, I like to say, $400 to $1,800. Nations Hearing has some rules. True Hearing has some rules. If we're not using them, then we really have some opportunities to open it up and expand outside of those rules to make it a little bit better for them. So sometimes we do switch them over if we can to not using Nations Hearing and True Hearing. It's better for you. It's better for them. It's better for the company. But we make number one is what's best for them.
Yeah.
In all cases. Okay. Any questions there? Okay. We'll probably always continue to talk about that kind of stuff. Pay. Well, there's so you can see some of more of the out of pockets. Commission is 10% on the sale of what Earlux receives. So if we're using insurance, it's 10% of what we receive. When we do use Nations Hearing and True Hearing, that's not what they're paying, just so you know. It's what we receive from the insurance company. So those are lower dollar amounts, but you're helping the underserved in those cases. And you're really, there's a lot more volume to that one. So typically that commission is about $60 to $120. If we're able to switch them over to private pay, which a lot of the times we can, because if they're paying $2,500 for Aetna, we're going to show them how they can receive that with us. It's a much larger price for everybody, and they're happier with better hearing aids. But again, overall, whatever is best for the client. Any questions with commission?
Nope.
Okay. All right. In your back office, it is a little confusing, and we're going to have Corey do a video on this, but you will receive different commission amounts throughout the 30 days. So basically the client has a 30-day opportunity with Nations Hearing. And True Hearing, they have 60 days. We pay when we receive money. So Nations Hearing doesn't pay us for 60 days. So we have to mark it in the back office that there's going to be something. So it could be like 60 cents, 80 cents, 90 cents. That's to show you what adding another zero is going to look like. So we want you to see something, but we haven't received any money yet. So the beginning of your pay might look really, really, really low. And you're like, what? Why am I getting 10 cents? There's going to be another zero added to that. But we want to show you. So there will always be an actual payment and then a pending commission. And then once they're past that trial period, then you get paid. And it'll be those full amounts. All right. So if you haven't registered yet, and Kathy, I'm not sure if you have registered yet, we'll get you a link to sign up. Let's see. This is your back office. Once you enroll, you're going to get a link that will give you the hearing test link for your customer. It will give you an affiliate link if you want to share this with anyone else. You make 5% on what they do, 5% on what their people do. So it's a residual income. And then it will give you a link for the back office. This is what you will receive. It'll say welcome referral partner. It gives you the username and password to get you into the back office. That's what it will look like. And then this is where you, this is where you will also have your links. You do want to save those in your phone, your devices, because these are the links that will then track those hearing tests and consultations back to you. So super important that you use them. And just keep them handy. I keep it handy. It's bookmarked on my devices. It's saved in my notes. I also private message myself. So if I need to get into Facebook, it's an easy way to grab it. Any way that you can grab your links easy and fast. The question always comes up, how can you see your affiliates? Unfortunately, you guys cannot if you're not closing your own deals. If you begin to close your own deals, you're going to get a lot more access to the back office. It's another level of back office. If you are not closing your own deals, this is what you'll see, which is basically your ledger. It's going to show you your customers and those commissions generated. And the amount will be based on what you have received so far. Oh, and Carrie is back. Okay, cool. All right, Carrie's coming back. Stop me if you have any questions. All right, I'm going to give you guys this PowerPoint so you can go back through it. There are some different questions that you can ask. We don't want to ask the question, how's your hearing? Because it's always going to be fine. Unless you've got a couple people who are like, oh yeah, I got a problem, or he's got a problem, or whatever. Ask questions like, you know, I have the opportunity to help you use all of your benefits. I'm your insurance agent. I'm here to help you. We want you to use your benefits. So if you don't mind, I'd like to ask you a couple of questions in regards to your hearing. And you know, have you ever struggled with hearing in the background? Do people ever seem to mumble? Do people repeat themselves? Do you find yourself turning up the TV? If they answer yes to any one of those questions, they have loss. No question. And you're probably going to have some stories. That's where the conversations come about. That's where you'll spend the majority of your time with them when you ask those questions. Let's see. All right, we have, okay, that tells you a little bit about what we do. Everything, of course, is Bluetooth. It's rechargeable. We have our 30, 60-day money back guarantee. You do want to talk about out-of-pocket costs. We're not able to give free hearing aids to everybody. There's going to be some out-of-pocket. So prepare them as much as you can. If you have access to their exact plan, share that with them so that they know what to expect. They can put it on a credit card. They can do a monthly payment plan. If they have a credit score of 650 or more, they'll have 0% interest. We don't charge sales tax. Everything goes directly to them. And then, of course, they don't have to go anywhere. We're going to come directly to them. That's how you find your links. And those are just some examples. Oh, this doesn't share with you what I wanted to share. I got to go to a different PowerPoint. Sorry about that. I thought that was the one. All right, let me stop share, and then I am going to get you to a website. Have any of you taken the test?
I've seen it be taken. I think that was English, but I have not taken it myself.
Yeah, go ahead and take that when you can.
You sign up, do you just put fake names in and
Yeah.
fake emails, or okay?
Yep, let's just do that right now. So I'm just going to go to earlux.com. I'm not using my. Here's the test. If you're just taking the test, you can come here. This is a super easy one, and just go to test your hearing.
I don't think we can see that.
Oh, sorry. Thank you. All right, now can you? Yeah, you can see that now, right?
Yep.
So if you're just checking someone really quick, what I like to do at events is I have this on one screen. This is the test. And then I just go through that real fast. Just get familiar with this. I go through it super fast. I like to explain to them how the test is going to work. And yeah, anytime you're doing a test, just keep it so the company knows you're not actually doing someone. They will immediately connect with them. They will send them a text message and they call. So we have a 7-point touch system with them. So if you're going to enter someone in the system, let them know they're going to receive. All right, so you're probably going to do over the ear with your headphones. I really prefer by wire if you can. And we're just going to go through this really fast. This one, you want to have them listen to it loud. So as loud as they can go is the best. So I will sometimes help them turn it up, or I let them turn it up. Whatever you want to do. If this is a time for you to do a little extra work, if you're filling out their application, if you're doing something else, let them take the test themselves. Some people are not comfortable with that, and you might have to do the whole thing for them. This one, they want to understand the words because we're working with clarity. We're not just working with volume. This one, it's just so the rest of the 4 are just for them to hear the sound. This is going to hit different frequencies. Those with significant loss, they won't hear these at all. Especially this one. Can't hear it whatsoever. If they do not hear this, they need hearing aids now. Okay, now we did the right ear. Now we're going to do the left ear.
Correct raindrops in the air.
Loud as they can handle. Help them to understand the words.
Is the division of white light.
And again, barely hear the sound. And that's what I say to them when I'm testing them, and I just walk them through it a little bit more at that point. Okay, now comes the emotional part. Now is when they're going to get their results. Some people know what their results are. Some people are not expecting the results to be this way. So it's going to show them, if it's good, it will be in the green. They're good to go. You can talk to them about their hearing. You can let them know what their hearing benefits are. I always mention, no matter what their hearing is that we don't know what's going to happen next year. We don't know what's going to happen to their insurance. If they have good insurance, they should take advantage of this right now. Even if it's good, or if it's like close to being the end of good. If it's a loss, our hearing does not get better. Hearing is the only part of our body that doesn't heal itself. So once loss has started, it's only going to get worse. Loss is yellow, and it's in that middle column. And of course, you can see, is it towards the good or is it towards the bad? Anything in the red, they've already have hearing loss, significant hearing loss. And this is where they are already late to the game. We can fix them and we can help them, but they're late. So yellow is where you really want to be proactive. Click, yes, I do want this sent. It'll be emailed to them and they agree to our privacy statement, submit. Now, if they get hearing aids, this is where we can help them. We can get them into that good area with the help of hearing aids. So definitely show this last page. If they want to take a picture of it, anything like that, that's great. Okay, so that's your hearing test. That's all you need to do with the hearing test. Let me show you the other portions.
So what about the part where we need to like get their insurance card? Is that all before this?
Yep, that's what I'm going to show you right now.
Okay.
And I'm just going to grab. Sorry, Corey's got all of this on a PowerPoint. I thought that was the one I was on. So you're going to watch me kind of how I get set up at events. This is one way I do it. I mean, I'm bookmarked with all of my devices at this point, but if I don't have that, I keep it here so it's nice and easy. And it's going to be under referrals. So go referral. This is where you guys will all have your link. So it's this goearlux.com. And I'm going to just do test. You guys can do a test, but this is where you will put their information. This is your URL that you want to use. But then you also want to put your name here. It's just a secondary way of tracking. No, they didn't like that, of course. Second way to track that it goes to you, because this is where the money comes in. And they probably don't like my phone number. Nope. All right. So the first thing, it doesn't matter what step you do anything in. You can do the hearing test, verify insurance benefits, or schedule the consultation in any order. To start your benefits check, what you want, the best thing you can do for us to make life super easy for us is to have this form filled out. You're going to be entering their information probably about 4 times. So it's going to make it much easier for you. And we absolutely have to have this information. So have them fill this out, take their insurance card and do the front, take a picture on your phone, your iPad, whatever you want to use, turn it over, do it on the back. We don't have the same access that you guys do. So we need front, back, date of birth, address, and phone number and name. We have to have all of that to do the benefit checks. It takes us anywhere from a half an hour to an hour for each person. So the more of that information you can give us, the better off all of us are. Upload it. You can just take a picture of it immediately on your device or phone, and you don't have to put it in your system or take it from the library. Whatever you want to do, you can drag it, you can choose it, you can take a picture. So I don't know if I can, yep, you can do 2 pictures. So that front and back of the insurance card, and then you will have to put their date of birth in again right there. Okay, then that's done. Then you want to schedule a consultation. And so you come over here. The best thing you can do to make the whole thing happen is to get a consultation with them. So go ahead and just schedule it. You use our Calendly. Pick a date, pick a time. Please go ahead and write it on this. And then you have a memory that they had a consultation and what date. And then, oh, sorry, I don't have my after hearing test documents with me, but I think I sent you guys all a letter. And if you didn't get one, I'll send you another one. But we have an after hearing test. What can they expect to happen? I'm probably going to redo that, but you'll have a place to write their consultation date and time. They immediately receive an email. They immediately receive a text. They're going to get a reminder text beforehand. You can add your information to the consult if you would like. So where it says, so this is where you can give us a little information. Again, you're going to enter their information again. You can add yourself as a guest if you want to have a reminder that they have a consultation. You can help remind them to attend. You can attend if they want you to, and if you want to, or you can use it as a follow-up as to how did that go, right? Just all your customer service. Go ahead, add their phone number. Please add their phone number to the send text message to. And if you don't have time, just do the send text message to with that there. If there's any information you can give to us. They already wear hearing aids. Their hearing aids are old. They're deaf in one ear. They have tinnitus. You know, any information to help us, because that's our sales call. You're already pre-selling it, but that's the sales call. And we want to make sure you get paid. We want to make sure they get their hearing taken care of. So any information is really great. And then you schedule the event. So those are really the 3 steps. The 4th step, if you can just do this for us, and I'll add it to the tips, have them enter our phone number in their phone. Because otherwise, they're not used to us. It might come up as a scam and then they don't answer it. So we spend a lot of time going back and forth with them just to have them answer the phone. So they're all very happy and they're like, great idea. And then they add it right then and there. You can get our number everywhere. It's all over our websites. You know, if you look anywhere and if you don't have it, let me know, but it's everywhere to make sure that they have that handy. And of course, I'm not seeing it right there, but it is on our other website really easily. I'll get that set in there. Those are your steps.
Easy enough.
Okay, good. So really step 1, 2, and 3, hearing
Yeah.
test, get their insurance benefits, schedule a consult. We take
Consult.
it from there.
Gotcha.
Right.
Sounds good.
Okay. All right. I want to answer some questions that are up here. What phone number are you putting in? Their phone number.
I think she was asking that earlier to do the test.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So it should all be their information. Anything that you enter is going to be theirs. Let's see. And I think that's all in case you don't have headphones. If you're on Susie's team, Susie, let Susie know that you want to do this and she'll send you headphones. All right. Other questions?
Not that I can think of. I think you got all my questions that I had answered.
Okay. Okay. All right. So again, step 1, 2, and 3, getting them to the events is really easy as long as we do marketing. If you're going to work with a retirement center, super easy to get them. They want to come. This is recorded. They want to go. They want to get their testing. I am usually filled, but we do have to schedule technicians accordingly. So the things to keep in mind when you're scheduling at a retirement center or a medical center. And right now, so far, we've only really been working with Centerwell and Archwell. So if you want to bring in Oak Street or any of that, I know Suzanne's working on Evernorth and Village Medical and stuff like that. Let's go for it because none of these people are talking about it. They don't talk about their hearing except for their annual physical. So those are great opportunities for you to meet new people and solidify that relationship with the doctors, but also work with local doctors. We don't have to just do the large medical clinics, right? If you want to just, and I'm happy to go with you. So please know you can lend me or take me with you to any of these things, and I'll do a few visits with you, get you really comfortable with what to say. If we want to do lunch and learns, perfect, great, you've got me. Happy to do that. And those are your accounts. So if you set up those accounts, if you go to a local doctor and think large, right? Think cardiology, think ENT, let's see, anyone dealing with Alzheimer's and dementia. All of those doctors need their patients to be able to hear. They need them to have that hearing health. So I'm going to do some research for you as to which doctor, which type of doctor wants them to hear for what particular reasons. So we hit the pain points for those doctors. I'll send that out next week. But we can do that. And if you line up a doctor or, one of those medical clinics, that's all yours because they don't take that money. So if we get our company in as the local audiologist for them, you're going to receive 10% on all of their patients that purchase hearing aids. We do all the work. We'll get them set up. They have their own tracking. They have their own websites. They have all of that. We do it with Centerwell right now. But you make that connection 10% on everything they do. It's huge. Let's see what else as far as that goes. And I went off on a tangent there. So you can branch out in all kinds of different ways with doctors, with communities. Oh, so yeah, retirement centers. As long as you do the marketing, it's really important also to have them sign up. We don't want people to know that we're going to be there from 12 to 2. 2 hours are great. 3 hours is okay. 4 hours, way too much. We don't need to be there that long. Cram them in. What we need is to know how much space they have for us because we have to be in quiet areas. We don't necessarily have to have a private room, but we have to be moved away from each other. If the room is carpeted, that helps. So kind of visualize the room as to how many people, how many hearing pros can we have so that we're not over talking and while people are taking tests hearing each other. I would plan on 15 to 20 minutes per person. And if they're a couple, take them both at the same time and have them both take the test. No reason to separate them. by 15 to 20 minutes per person, usually about 3 hearing pros per event is great, and about 2 hours. And you can do about 15 people. If you want to do more people than that, we just need more hearing pros. So keep that in mind because you will be splitting up your commission. So if you guys have your own teams of people and you're bringing affiliates in underneath you, and that's with us, that's not necessarily insurance. But with our company, if you're bringing them in as an affiliate and you want just your team there, so you make all the commission, great. Absolutely. I'm happy to go there, make sure everybody's trained. I might leave at some point, but make sure that everybody's comfortable. You're making from every single person there. If you're doing a large event and you don't have a team, let me know and I'll make sure, or Sharina, and we make sure you have enough people to do those events. But you can do churches, you can do, if you're not strictly doing Medicare and age doesn't matter, we can do schools and test the teachers, fire stations, police stations. You know, there's so many places we can go. All right, can you email us the client form? Yes. Carrie, I have your email address. Kathy, I do not believe I have your email address. If you want to send that to me. Unless I do, I'll look for it and I'll send you all of my documents. We'll continue to make more. If you need something, please let me know what you need. We'll make sure that you guys receive that. All right, other questions?
That's it for me.
Okay, you feel
Thank you.
comfortable?
I do, yes.
Okay, all right. And I'm gonna be there with you. The first ones, I'm always there with you guys. So, yep. And my job is only to take care of you. I'm not there for any other reason. It's to make sure you guys are good and that the people are good. I don't take any commissions. I'm already receiving. So anytime I go to an event, you don't have to worry about me competing with you. I'm there to take care of you. All right, cool. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yep. Anytime you want more, just let me know.
Sounds good.
All right. Thank you, everyone. Appreciate you guys being here.
Bye.
Bye-bye.